My name is Kaylee Little, and I am a psychology major. For this research paper, I chose to research how psychology affects water use through contamination, consumption, and conservation. Through my research, I found that there were three main effects of psychology on people's behavior and attitudes towards water, and those include the contamination of recycled water, the consumption of water on a daily basis, and people's efforts towards the conservation of water resources. Many people are unaware of the extent of the process water goes through to be able to be certified and safe for reintroduction as a potable water source. Many, about 25% or a quarter of people, claim that it can never be pure enough for their standards because it is recycled and there will always be contaminants. That was found by Haddad in 2012. But he also found that there are three characteristics that will make recycled water more likely to be accepted by people as potable. And that is: one, it is certified by scientists as a safe water source; two, it is repeatedly and effectively treated before use; and three, it is either reintroduced into a natural body of water or used for groundwater replenishment before it is reintroduced into the drinking water system. One of the huge ideas that affects people's willingness to drink reclaimed water is the idea of toilet to tap, which kind of makes people think that their water that they're drinking is coming straight from the toilet, which is something that is definitely not true. And another concept that goes along with that is the magical law of contagion, or what is now called the intuitive contagion heuristic, which is like basically once in contact, always in contact. So there are two categories of the magical law of contagion. The first is material, which is something that is physically contaminated by something else and can be resolved through washing or sterilizing. So a person turns on the tap and can see contaminants in the water, it's physically there. The spiritual contagion is a place, person, or situation that is negatively tainted by association with something else. So a person does not physically see any contaminants in their water, but nonetheless they believe they're there. So the results found by Rosen et al. Were that 12.9% of participants said they would never drink reclaimed water, 49.1%, or about half, were willing to drink reclaimed water, and 38.0% were open to the possibility of drinking reclaimed water. 39% were more willing to drink reclaimed water if it was stored in an aquifer for 10 years as opposed to only 1 year, but 14% were willing to drink water from an aquifer after only 1 year. 39.7% were willing to drink reclaimed water if it had traveled 100 miles downstream in a river or other natural source of water. And the remaining participants, so 60.3%, said they would be willing to drink reclaimed water after only having traveled downstream 10 miles. So the second way in which I found that psychology affects the use of water is through consumption. And as we know from this course, there's a constant growing rate of consumption of water resources that is outgrowing the rate of supply. And there are four factors found by Gregory, G.D., and Leo, M.D. in 2003, which contribute to the amount of water people consume. The first is predictability of stimuli, so people's environmental awareness, how much they know about the factors that are currently affecting the environment. Two is reasoned processes, so personal involvement, the way people know that how exactly they are personally affecting the environment and how involved they are in environmental conservation. The third is unreasoned processes, so habits, how long people shower, and how many loads of wash they do per week, all goes into unthinking, unreasoned processes. And the fourth is situational factors such as income, climate, area of the country they live, and number of people in the household. Here's an image from the study that shows a diagram of the way these four factors influence people's behavior. So under stimuli or awareness, we have environmental issues and concerns, knowledge and facts of environmental issues, and opportunities to conserve resources. Under unreasoned influences, we have habits, reflexes, those kinds of things. Under reasoned influences, we have involvement, attitudes, intentions, perceived self-efficacy, and situational influences, we have income, education, household characteristics, and environmental influences. These all go into affecting people's behavior and attitudes towards water consumption. So the third and final way that I found that psychology affects water use is through conservation. In a study by Splash et al. In 2006, they examined people's willingness to pay for local efforts to conserve the environment. They combined economics, where the right and wrong decisions are based on the potential positive and negative financial outcomes of a situation, and psychology and environmentalism, where the right and wrong decisions are based on morality, or the best thing to do in the situation regardless of potential financial costs. And so in this study, they found that they asked participants whether they would support efforts to increase the biodiversity of a local river at the cost of an increase in their monthly electric bill, and only 27.8%, so about a quarter of respondents, said they would be willing to do so. So in conclusion, while the data found in these four studies is not shocking, it is very serious given the growing number of various problems regarding water throughout the world today. And it is necessary that we find a way to improve people's knowledge and understanding of these issues, as well as encourage people to take action and do their part to save the environment and our natural resources.